So here is a fun little birthday card that I made. It says, "A little bird told me that it was your birthday." I wanted to show you how I came up with this card. So I started out with a piece of elegant eggplant cardstock by Stampin' Up, and this is an 8.5 by 5.5 sheet, or piece. I'm just going to make my base here. And then you'll notice on this card that I actually started out with some darker elements and lighter elements. When you're choosing what you want to use, sometimes it's okay to pick a color that isn't everywhere else. It's going to actually be my accent color. So I started out with doing a piece of turquoise color that measures 4 by 4, and that's going to go on the top here. And then I also have a piece of light blue that measures 4 by 2.5. And I went ahead and just took a Martha Stewart punch. And just a tip, I always label my punches and my embossing folders so I know what they're called. This one's called Arch Lattice. I'm going to just kind of guess at the center here. Punch it. Line it up. And line it up on the other side. Hopefully I got it there. Yep. And it kind of makes a mess, but it's so cute. Just seems so springy to me, which I love. So then to put it together, I just lined it up at the top here, about where I want it to go. So my zig pin. Give myself a little bit of that looks about where I want it. And then next I used a tree and a bird. Now before I put the tree in, I want to show you where that came from. If you have the Straight from the Nest cartridge, which is so cute, it has so much fun stuff in there, turn to page 39 and you'll see the tree that I used right here at the bottom. And I cut the tree out at 3.5 inches. First I cut it out in brown, which was this image right here, and then I cut it out in green. And I'm using jewel tone colors from the Die Cuts with a View jewel tone stack. That's how I got the tree. And then to do the bird, if you turn to page 58, you'll see this cute little bird here. And first I cut it out in brown, and then I came up here and I cut the little bird out in this part in turquoise. And then the elements right here, I cut them out twice. First I cut them out in green so I could get the nose and the little pom-pom. And then I cut them out again in pink so I could get the two little wings and the party hat. So that's how I did the bird, which again is cut at 3 inches. And for our tree, I'm going to go ahead and kind of start laying it out just a little bit so I know where it's going to be before I attach my ribbon. So I'm using Elegant Eggplant ribbon from Stampin' Up! Also to match. I promised I would come back and use Stampin' Up! Again, their products again, because I wasn't very happy with how it went last time. So I'm giving them another try. So let's see, I kind of want to center that, well, not completely centered, just a hair off center, but I'm going to want my bird to be right about there. So once I've got that figured out, I can lay my tree down. And I just stuck some pop dots on the back. So again, see what I'm trying to do is leave some room for a bow right here, and also we want room for our stamp. So I'm thinking right about there is good. Put that on. And then actually I want to go ahead and stamp my sentiment as well. And I'm using a little Inka Dinka Doo stamp that says, "A little bird told me that was your birthday," and I'm using the Elegant Eggplant stamp pad. And I haven't had very much experience with these, so I feel like a dork when I open them. But I think it's like this. No, maybe it's not. So you can watch me be a dork on camera here. So Elegant Eggplant, and then I'll just up really good. kind of want it to be down here at the bottom. So there's our image. Just took a little bit of playing around for me to really get something that worked for me. Can't figure out why I'm still getting kind of a blurry image with some of my other ink pads from Stampin' Up, but this one seems to be working well. And I'm not even using Stampin' Up paper that I just, stamp that on. So let's go ahead and do our ribbon. And that's going to go across here, covering up the line dividing our two colors. I'm just going to use some tape to do that. I love these colors together. Purple is my absolute all-time favorite color, but throwing in a little blue, which is also another great color that complements it, the turquoise, just turns out so cute. So now that we have our ribbon on, we can go ahead and adhere this onto our card. I'm just going to use my ATG gun to do that. Okay. Once we have that on, before I attach my little bird, I'm going to cut another little piece of ribbon to do my little knot there. And when you're using a ribbon that has an image on one side of it and not on the other, make sure that you twist your ribbon underneath it. So I'm just going to flip it. I go here. Actually, I'm going to slide that over just a little bit. Okay. Pull her tight. And trim the edges. Trying to stay on screen here, am I? I have to check and see. Okay. We've got our little faux bow on there, and then we need to attach our little bird. And then next, because I always just want to add a little bit of glitz to my card, I'm going to add some little gems up in the top part of this tree. Love a little sparkle whenever I can get it into a card. Just draws your attention. And I think the green gems complement this tree so beautifully. Okay. So that's how I made this card. Turned out so cute. A little bird told me that it was your birthday. So anyhow, I hope you've had fun watching, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave me a post. Thanks for watching. Bye.